Okay, let's do it. So, let's see. First things we gotta do is talk about the Shulk versus this Hotel versus Ableist. Sure. Let's see. Definitely want to do this. So we use DDD's poor mobility to set up safe neutral wins with his disjoints. I'm gonna say avoiding lingering in DDD space to avoid up tilt and up smash straight hits. And then deny DDD opportunities to try and let Gordo play the game. For him. So basically, DDD is really slow, especially in the air. And whenever he is in the air, it's really easy to camp him on the ground during his multi-jumps. His strongest positions are glitch trapping you with a Gordo, and then also using his multi-jumps to kind of mix up his landings. And so whenever he's in one of those situations, what we want to do is we want to camp, because if you camp, the situation like ends, and this is why DDD is a flawed character. When he does his multi-jumps, like you basically just run away from him and wait for him to come down. And then when he comes down, he can't get back high enough to threaten you with the multi-jump mix-up without risking you just like going up and hitting him. So like basically like he only really can do the multi-jump mix-up whenever he's like he has some setup time, or if he's playing, you know, he gets hit or something, he gets sent up into the sky. And so that's kind of one of the big things is that we just wanted to deny him opportunities to do the grab nair mix-up or to space back airs on us. If he's spacing back airs, you just stand there. If he's approaching, you can just cross him up and take center stage if he's cornered you. And then if he's, you know, sitting in place or retreating, like his airspeed is so slow that you can just stand there and you just let him. It's real chill. It's very difficult for DDD to pressure us like meaningfully, I think, without us getting free looks. Basically, as long as you don't like directly try to contest Bear or play his suck nair mini game, like you're going to be in good shape in terms of camping his air game. Okay, so those are Shulk's win conditions. There's three random, you know, three various examples. Let's talk about DDD's win conditions. First of all, throw as many Gordos as possible early to see if they win the game for you. It's just how the move works. It's a matchup check. It is DDD's responsibility to throw them a lot to see how you handle the pressure. It's really important to be able to consistently make Gordo not a problem and to deny DDD neutral wins from Gordo. You cannot let DDD get neutral wins from Gordo. He's a good character if you can do that, because now he just gets to enter advantage state without ever being a bad character. So it's really important that you learn how to play around Gordo. DDD's win condition, I would also say, push you to ledge and then checkmate with Gordo. Okay. And then I would also say his win condition is, let's see, I would say apply pressure with nair command grab, landing. I would also say abuse huge hitboxes such as down tilt, up smash, and forward tilt. So basically all of his tilts and up smash to control space and lock you down. Okay, cool. So that's kind of my base expectations, is that Shulk kind of wants to camp DD out a little bit and just kind of wait until he gets the initial win with Nair or back air, and then he kind of just keeps DDD there, and basically like Shulk's job is to like lame DDD out to death and just run away whenever DDD is strong, because DDD can't make Shulk interact with him when he's strong. And then at some point you just get neutral wins and he just dies. That's basically how it works, is you just keep him in the corner all game and he's just super sad. The way I like to visualize it is that I am playing for time, but if you will let me kill you, I will. You shouldn't be in a hurry, and if you try to finish stocks or get in a hurry, that's when he starts getting to play off of impatience. He gets to do a lot of fake stuff, like his ledge options. Oh man, really getting got. Okay. So those are my expectations for generally how the matchup should be played. Let's see how VOD lines up. Okay, so a couple things here. Here's the beginning. I think spacing is fine, but after this, you kind of the purpose of the Nair spam at the beginning is to condition a more passive ground game, and so the reason why this parry is here is because you have conditioned him, but you're not taking advantage of it. So like you went through all this trouble to condition run up shield. Like that's what Nair spam does, is people will run up and shield you. And then you chose the most reactable aerial. And so like this parry is very like intuitive for me, I think. Shulk has some of the strongest conditioning in the game, in that if he jumps, people are going to play grounded because of how like slow his buttons are. Basically like they don't have to respect Shulk if he doesn't swing towards the bottom, because he's so slow that like if he just doesn't, like if he just gets to the ground without swinging, they basically have an advantage on you. And so they're going to play really grounded because they know that if they just block your Nair, like they have the opportunity to play tempo. And so, you know, at the start of the match, it's like, okay, what do I want to do? I kind of want to like threaten my space, and I want to get him to play more grounded so he stops spacing me out. He takes a quick 25, you know, okay, you know, and he goes from getting hit, and then he goes to blocking but not parrying, and then finally he's like, okay, I think he's going to do another Nair again. In other words, I'm saying like you're not thinking critically about these Nairs and back airs. Like you're just kind of pressing buttons because you're just like, oh, I'm just going to wall him out and it's going to be fine. But Shulk like can't do that. You need to be very, very aware of this kind of seesaw game. It's like, okay, I'm conditioning him to run up shield. Once he starts running up and shielding, you don't throw another aerial until he stops running up and shielding, because run up shield beats this strategy, especially if he's getting parries. And like what you need to do is you need to basically like just understand like, what am I conditioning to do, and then once I feel like I've conditioned him to do that, how can I frustrate that conditioning by doing something he doesn't expect. Mr. Tech, but it's Wi-Fi. Rolling in is fine. Right here you could have spot dodged and avoided the grab maybe. This right here is a setup. You just didn't have enough time. I think if you just stood up, you might have been able to get away. Something that you do against Gordo traps in general is that he's going to do the lob Gordo, so I'm going to use my mouse. I think you can see that, right? Maybe not. Maybe if I switch to a, hold on. I got you. Let me switch to a different kind of capture. Let me get rid of this. I'll switch to a screen capture. Perfect. Okay. So right here, he's going to do the lob bounce. I'm going to show you with the mouse. He's going to go whack, boing, boing, boing. Basically what you want to do is you want to have it go whack, boing, boing right here. And then as the bounce is going up, it's going bounce right here. You basically ledge jump. And then as the bounce goes up again, this is normally like where if you pick another option, he like ledge traps you. So it's going lob. You start your ledge jump right here. Bounce, okay, you're coming off the ledge, and then you and the ball come up the ledge at the same time, and you just neutral air dodge right here. So basically like you just go bounce, bounce, and then as the ball's at the apex, as the Gordo's at the apex right up here, you basically just ledge jump and instantly neutral air dodge, and you can just kind of get past a lot of these traps. DDD can beat it by waiting, but it kind of forces him to slow down and not just autopilot traps on you. So abuse it until you kind of force him to respect you a little bit, and then he'll start giving you the space to stand up a little bit more. This right here is an autopilot Wi-Fi setup from him. He's not respecting you at all. He's just doing his default pressure, and neutral air dodge should just get past everything. You should be just fine. Feel free to play very grimy in that way. It's like, hey, this is a degenerate tactic. I know you're not thinking critically about it. I'm going to do the thing that beats that tactic without even waiting to see what you do, because I just know it's strong. I'm just going to ledge jump and then air dodge through the ball, because the Gordo bounces, and then it bounces right here. And you don't want to like try to ledge jump when the Gordo is coming down, because air dodge has 3 frames startup, right? You want to bounce, and then like you kind of want to be leaving the ledge when the Gordo's up here. That way, like you get this space to let your air dodge be intangible, and then just make sure you don't directional air dodge. Okay, you take another like 30 damage, sure. Okay. Air slash, nice. Okay, you've still conditioned him to walk and block, but then like you're doing nothing with that conditioning. Like right here, this is going to come down, and it's going to hit, and then you just, as the Gordo comes up like this, you just ledge jump, and then you iframe. GG's. Okay, that works too. You kind of misspaced it. Okay, there's not really any point in turning on Smash Art here if you're not going to kill him. He's at like 80. Save your Smash Art. Like, you're not doing any damage to him. He takes forever to die, and a space forwarder is not going to kill. So why are you like a throw is not going to kill? He's hard to edge guard. Why are you red? Just chip damage on him. The thing in the corner, like, don't be in a hurry to kill him. He's in the corner. He's not doing anything. Just sit there and alternate between vanilla and speed and purple, and just sit there and make him freaking miserable, and don't interact with him until he dies. Like, what? Like, you're running off is like, are you really gonna pressure him? No, he knows that. Okay, you let him out of the corner. Okay, reverse nair spam, doing the thing. He's also doing his thing of kind of like just checking to see if you can deal with Gordos. Whoa, yeah, that was scary. Okay, why did you do this? Look at this. So look at this. You have all this space. Like, you have the whole stage. Right? He has no air mobility. So it's not like he can get over here. He has no air mobility. Why did you do this? What is this? You cornered yourself. Hold center stage. And then we also talked about don't hyper fixate at the ledge with Smash Art. Rack damage and maintain advantage state. So we don't force anything and give DDD way back into the game. Okay, he mashed. Double kill. Scary. Okay, so at this point, our goal should be to make this stock last as long as possible. So we'll just see what happens. I want to see things that look like you're trying to preserve this stock in extenuated. Nice. Okay, he's still walking and blocking. Dead, dead. Oh wow, Tword sucks. Yeah, okay. He's just walking and blocking, dude. That's an offline grab, you don't have time to react here. A little bit of damage, sure. Nice reprising aerial. Whoa. Hello. I can't believe that. Down till got a low profile. Wow, he's just spamming. Okay, right here. I feel like I see this a lot with players who... Right here. This tech is not forced, and your Nair has 6 frames of landing lag. Just press A. It's called A landing. You press A, and you do Nair, and it's got 6 frames of landing lag, and then you just get the land. Instead, you burn your double jump, and it's like, well, what if he hits you before you land? Now you don't have a jump. Like, you could get killed for, like, just reset. Go to the ground. Don't burn a resource. Okay, you let you go, sure. So, like, every time you jump, you always do an aerial. And, like, you condition DDD, like, 4 seconds into the game that this is what you do. But my problem with it is that it has been over 2 minutes and that hasn't changed. It's like, what is even the point of playing this character who has the strongest the strongest conditioning in the game, probably, in terms of like conditioning people to shield when you jump. Like I can't think of a single character besides maybe Cloud. Cloud might be a close second. But this is like I am jumping, you need to shield the character, you know? And so it just doesn't make any sense from my perspective that you're putting energy into playing this character and not taking advantage of that. So I would just encourage you to start like empty hopping way more and like treating it as a very binary thing. I'm jumping to swing. I'm jumping, but I will not swing. Frustrate your opponent. Because the thing is if you empty hop and they run up and shield, but then you don't swing, that means that they wasted their shield for nothing, and you get to do whatever you want, but they don't, right? Because whenever you do aerials, you're minus on block, which means they have priority. So if they block in a certain range, like, they have an advantage on you and can pressure very fixed situations. So you just want to empty land so that they're stuck in shield drop animation and you're plus instead. That's kind of the vibe. Okay, starting to adapt and they're out of shield. Good, let's jump. Whoa, that was super plus. You should have died. Low-key. Okay, this made no sense. Don't interact with DDD. Right here. Like, okay, he's above you. Do not interact with DDD right now. He is a good character. Do not interact with him. Let him come down. Just let him come down. Okay, he is a good character up here. And you DI bad. Just let him come down. What's he gonna do? Just wall him out, dude. I think that might have been your first jump where I don't see a tomahawk. Yeah, it's like -6. It's not technically punishable. I think you punished it last time because you pressed a button. That can get you killed. Whoa, we almost died. Okay, just let him come down. Just let him come down. Whoa, okay. Good roll. Yeah. So I see this happen a lot sometimes. Like you'll kind of get this first nair. This one. But sometimes it's hard to combo because it's at such a low percent. And so something that I like to do is you just nair again. And if they shield, you don't lose anything. But if they spot dodge, you like cover the spot dodge right here, and you kind of get a reset. Instead, he just kind of mashes and reversals, where if you just nair again, you like get a better nair, because it'll be a late nair if you nair in place. He'll spot dodge the early nair and then get hit by late nair. And you can kind of like with this nair right here, I'll show you more specifically. Like the nair that you hit isn't really that great for comboing. Like this one. See how you hit him kind of high? And he's at literally 0. And so like you don't have a lot. This part's where you probably screwed up. You probably could have done down. You probably could have done nair turnaround down tilt, but like that's relatively premeditated and hard because you have to like do the walk input and then like you can't dash. And so like because you try to go for the dash grab, this dash grab's not true if you don't do a landing there. This nair was not a landing there. You're like in the air for like 8 frames. Like right here, you're in the air for like 8 or 9 frames. It's not true. And so because it's not true, he reversaled you. You need to recognize when your combos aren't true and at least consider possibly just doing another nair in place and seeing if you can't catch a reversal option to condition them into being more passive. And once you've conditioned them into being passive, you can go grab them. Okay, I did like 7 damage. Wow, so minus you got hit. That's crazy. Okay, good. Where's air dodge? Oh, we mashed. Fun fact, get up attack does like 12 damage. Okay, another parry, and you look at that. You just lose neutral, like straight up. Okay. Look how far away he is. You just straight up lose neutral for this back air at this spacing. Like, I need you to just stop pressing buttons on people that you've conditioned this behavior from. So I'm noticing this ZD has a habit of dropping his shield and down tilt. Yeah, you just interact in his space and you just press this funny move. You just gotta, whenever he has kill pressure on you with his up smash and up tilt, you literally just need to stay away from him. Because you could just die. It's just so not worth it. You just need to stay away from him and just not try to cross him up. Like, just let him hold space on you. It's so not worth it. I also think you kind of overly relied on backslash. I think I worded that. Showups aerials are the strongest conditioning tool in the game at making people want to run up and shield, play neutral by conditioning for this behavior, and then frustrating opponents for adapting to your conditioning. Pretty much what I wanted to say. So let's see. This happened even though I hadn't seen the video yet. I think you actually did a really good job playing around Gordo. A lot of reverse and air spam. Good to go. That's basically what you just do. You just sit there and you just don't let Gordo play the game for him. You interacted with him a lot when he was above you, and I think that was a mistake. You should either do it in a way that he can't contest you, like with back air, or you just let him come down, and then he's a back character again. He did this. He wasn't successful. He did this, but he wasn't able to really convert off the ledge. He definitely, it wasn't for lack of trying, he just did it. But that's how bad characters work. You just guess and hope that people run into your buttons. And then yeah, I think this was kind of a mixed bag. The up smash, he definitely just got it. The down tilts kind of didn't do a whole lot, and then he did get a lot of nair command grab going on. Yeah. Okay. Let me think if I have any closing thoughts on this, because there's more sets to be played. But like the thing is that once you review behavior happen, like you're just going to see more of that behavior. So I'm trying to instead think really densely into what I observed rather than watching it happen 3 or 4 more times. Because there's no point in watching behavior before you've had a chance to make a change, if that makes sense. So let's see here. In general, do not bear if your opponent can run up and block it. Use it to control space. Basically, like, if you think that you can hit someone with your bear, they're too close, and you should just nair instead. Because nair is significantly safer than back air. And really, I think rising bear is a little bit better, especially on Wi-Fi, because people's reactions are a little poor. They'll react, and like I think you need to just do less landing aerials in general, because the thing about landing aerials is that since people know that Shulk is slow, they are seeing you jump, and they know that an aerial is probably coming. So like even though your aerial is slow, what they're really doing is anticipating your aerial from your jump timing. And this gives people like twice as much time to react to your aerial pressure than with any other character. This is why he conditions people so strongly, and why you need to heavily abuse tomahawks in your ground game to basically like apply as a counter conditioning. Like you have to condition people away from wanting to shield as you come down. You have to do that a lot, all the time, or else people are just going to sit there and hold shield, and you're going to really struggle to get tempo. I'll say it down here. Empty hops are a part of your ground game. Use your ground game after you have conditioned shield with your air game. Perfect. Now we understand what's going on. This is how Shulk controls people. This is how he plays neutral. When he plays neutral, he says, okay, what do I want to do? I want to sit here and I want to condition you. How do I want to condition you? Do I want to condition you in the air or on the ground? Well, it depends on the matchup. But most of the time we're going to sit here, I'm just going to space a bear or a nair, and I'm going to see if I can't condition you into playing more grounded. If I get you to play more grounded, then I'm going to start throwing empty jumps in, and then if I empty jump after I've conditioned you to shield, I have tempo. You're locked in shield and you have to drop your shield to fight me, which means I have an advantage. And so basically I've created an advantage for free just by empty jumping from the sheer pressure that the neutral air is giving off. And like I don't really see you using that. Like it's conditioning that you're applying, and the problem with conditioning is that after you've conditioned them to change, if you do not take advantage of it, they just are changing their strategy and they start beating you. Like you're doing the thing that every Shulk does, which is that you're just pressing the button without really understanding what the value of it is. The value of the nair and all of his aerials is that because they're so telegraphed, they condition strongly. You need to use that as a weapon and not thoughtlessly press the button because that's just what your character does. It being -2 doesn't matter when all of your other buttons afterwards are slow and you still get true punished on your parry. Okay, that's honestly a lot of information. I think you'll be able to make some really good changes with this, and most of what we talked about, especially with like the whole idea of how to condition and uncondition people with Shulk, is very applicable in most matchups. So you'll be good. Okay, man, that's, I think, enough for me. Appreciate it.